you'll go to the OnShape. You'll see we'll have the dimensions for our first object. 2 inches long, 3 inches wide, a quarter or 1.5 inch thick. Let's go ahead, log into OnShape and sign in. So once I sign in, it should navigate you to your starting area. So to start a new object, we're going to go over here to create, go down, select a new document. You're going to title it your last name, and then part 1. I'm just going to add 2023 so I don't get it mixed up with my old ones. Then down here, click create. All right, so now to get used to how to move around and navigate, so hold down your middle mouse button and you can pivot and move and roll it around. If it ever gets flipped upside down, go over here. You can click on the dice and it will reorient your actual shape. You can also move the little arrows and it'll flip your object around to the different sides. Down here, you're going to click, reset it to isometric. Once we're over here, we're going to build our first part. We're looking to build part 1, a rectangle with a hole in it. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to click on the top plane. I'm going to click on the top right here. So to start, we have our undo, we have our redo. We're going to start with a sketch. So click sketch. And then it says I have to pick a plane. So right here, I am selecting the top plane. When I move over it, it sort of turns that lime yellow color. That means that it is going to work in that specific plane. If you ever change your mind, hit the delete, and then you can click on it here where it goes orange, or you can click on the name. So I'm going to click top. Next thing, I'm going to skip extrude, revolve, go here, set the arrow down, do center point on rectangle. So I'm going to come over here. I want it to where it is both the orange square with the orange circle. So hover over that, click once, and drag your mouse up and away. Click one more time, and then it turns a bright blue color. I'm going to look at the dimensions here. It's at 3.3 and 1.8. We'll go back here. It says 2 by 3. So I'm going to go over here, and we'll come over. So we have undo, redo, extrude, revolve, line, square. I'm going to come all the way down to where it has dimension. Click on dimension. I'm going to click on this orange side. So if you see it turns orange, I'm going to click and I'm going to pull it out to the side. Click a second time and it turns bright blue. I'm going to type in 2.0 and hit enter, and it snaps it all the way to the 2. I'm going to go, it's still selected blue. So I'm going to come over here to where it's orange. I'm going to click once, drag it up, click another time, hit 3.0. I'm going to hit enter. So now I have a 3 and a 2. Awesome. So I'm going to double check. Yep, that's what I needed it to be. So whenever it's done, we're going to check correct. Make it so. Click the green check mark. And I can move this around and say, yep, I do indeed have a 2-dimensional square. So I'm going to click back here, and it'll rotate back. Next thing I need to do is I need to extrude. I say, don't be rude, just extrude. It's going to pull it from 2D into 3D. So go ahead and click here. 3-dimensional part. And now it says pick either face or region or sketch. So I want to put a hole on the top of the block. So I can either click here and select, or I can click over here in the names and just click the sketch I want it to do. So now hold down the center mouse button and rotate, and you can see the direction that the arrow is facing. So I can click here for the arrow and change it, and I'll flip it the other way. So blind just means it's going to pull it all the way through. It's not going to hit anything. The depth, I want it as 1.5 inches. So I'm going to hit enter, and you notice this jumps up that further dimension. Okay, and that looks good. To make it so, we hit the green check mark. All right, now you have a lovely block. I'm going to go back and click top, and we are all set. So now we have a sketch, we have an extrude, and now we need to make a hole in the middle of it. So over here, we're going to come back, click sketch, and this time I want it to do it on the surface of the old one. So I'm going to click on the face of the extrude. There's undo, extrude, revolve, line, rectangle, circle. So I'm going to click down, choose center point circle. So I'm going to hover over this until it turns to an orange circle and an orange square. So that means it's lock it to the origin, define your dimensions, add a relation. So I'm going to click once here, clicking once and dragging the circle out and away. So it's light blue, then click one more time and it becomes dark blue. You see the diameter of the circle is 1.399992 inches. That's not what we want. We want it to be 1.5. So over here, I'm going to go and choose 1.5 with the dimension. Click dimension, and I'm going to hover. So where it's just the circle turning orange, click once, drag it away. Click a second time, then I'm just going to do one. I'm going to verify it's 1.5 or just one inch. So I'm going to go back here, type in 1. Awesome. When I'm done with the 2D sketch, I make it so, check correct. When that's done, the next step is now we got to punch out that hole. So hold in your center mouse wheel and rotate so you can see right here sort of what we're going to do. So to make things 3D, we got to extrude. So click here on extrude. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to extrude the sketch. I want to extrude that hole. So you can click on just that hole right there. So you notice if I hover too much, the outside circle also turns orange. I want only that inside circle orange. So right now, when I add it, you can see it looks like that it's coming out. So here we have new, add. Now click remove. And all of a sudden, when I look at it, now it's punching it into the block. So when I punch it into the block, you can change the direction. When I change the direction, it becomes red. Red means it's not possible, can't do it. So we got to change the direction so that it is possible. So when I look at it, now I change the direction. And here, what you're going to do is we can say up to next, up to face, vertex. I want it to go all the way through my block. So select through all. And we double check. Yep, that looks great. And at the end, check correct, make it so. Green, check correct. Ta-da! We have a hole inside our block. It is amazing. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to change it back to isometric so I can see that I have a lovely hole inside the block. So here's how you're going to share your object. Up here, you're going to click share. And then down here, you need to click share. You want to make sure this is on edit. So if it's on view, change it to edit and make sure you have copy, export, share, comment. And then we'll have link sharing, turn it on export. This will allow me to 3D print your part. So turn on link sharing. Now anyone with the link can view it. Okay, so copy. And then this is what you're going to paste inside your document. So you'll need to make a copy. So you'll go File, Make a Copy. And once it loads, then here is where you're going to post that link. Control V. And you're going to paste that shape right there. We're going to add what it was. So I'm going to say it's part 1. And then here, I'll show you how to do this. So then what you're going to do, we'll go back to our part, hit close. You need to do a screenshot. So you're going to do Windows, Shift, and the letter S. And it should turn this dark gray. You want to click and drag so you get your name and the part all the way over to where I can actually see the 3D part. So in case by accident you share with me a code that's not there, then you do Control Paste, and there it is. And then this is what you turn in. And that is it. Awesome.